As many of you likely know, in 2020 there were a series of combat snapshots from Minecraft introduced to the public. These snapshots attempted to bridge the gap between the 1.8 style of combat and the modern 1.9 style of combat. Both current versions of Minecraft combat have their flaws. To me, 1.9 combat can feel clunky and slow and sometimes unenergetic, while 1.8 combat is very energetic and very fast, but it sometimes feels like a competition to see who can click the fastest. Luckily, these combat snapshots developed by Jeb are a major improvement over both versions of combat. But what exactly did they change? The biggest change in all of these snapshots is that rapid clicking is back. Kind of. The snapshot has swapped rapid clicking for holding down the left mouse button to attack. Letting go for a second allows players to do a charged 1.9-esque attack. The big difference here is that a charged attack does not deal extra damage, but instead gives you one block of extra reach. Now this may not sound significant, but for PvP and for fighting mobs, having one extra block of melee range is absolutely a big deal. For example, swords have an attack range of 3, axes have an attack range of 2, and the trident has an attack range of 3.5 blocks. When executing a charged attack, that range goes up an additional block. Additionally, axes do more damage than swords, but force you to get up close and personal. Damage values have also been drastically altered in these snapshots. Now a netherite sword that used to do 8 damage does 7, and a netherite axe that did 10 damage now does 8. Some other changes include bows, which lose their critical arrow if a player aims for too long. This is seen by the bow getting more wobbly as you hold it. Bows are also no longer slightly inaccurate. They'll always aim exactly where you want them to without veering off to one side. Before, this was kind of an issue, and that was maybe some of the reasons that people would use crossbows, because they always hit where you aimed. In terms of potions and the like, drinking any liquid is now faster, all the way down to 20 ticks as compared to 32. There are a whole host of other minuscule but additive changes. Potions can be stacked up to 16, snowballs can be stacked even higher, shields are now automatically activated when sneaking, and axes have a new enchantment that increases their damage, along with increasing how long a shield is stunned after being hit by it. All these changes are wonderful, except maybe potion stackings, but we'll get into that later. Overall, they make combat feel faster and more entertaining. Unfortunately, I have not had a chance to try out PvP with these combat snapshots because I haven't been able to find any servers that run it. If you guys know of any, let me know in the comment section below. I'm definitely interested in trying out some new PvP. Some of the gameplay you've been watching has been me fiddling around with these combat tests, and I have to say, I really love this. That being said, with Mojang focusing on combat adventures and tinkering in 1.21, I think the stage is set for a new combat update. We need to bring these combat test snapshots back. While I certainly don't think these combat mechanics are perfect, they are both engaging and definitely less sluggish than 1.9 combat and more skill-oriented than 1.8. I think giving players new trial dungeons to try out this new combat system would be great. If you haven't tried out these combat tests, I'll have a link in the description where you can download them. All you have to do is put the folder into your .minecraft's versions folder, and then you can create a new installation in the launcher, and from there you can just enjoy the vastly different combat style than what we Java players have been used to since 2016. But it wouldn't be a video of mine if I didn't throw in some of my own ideas to the mix. I'll start by discussing some of the, in my opinion, less promising ideas that I've seen online. I see a lot of people saying that Mojang should add the weapon classes from Minecraft Dungeons into the game. Daggers, flails, hammers, etc. I don't think this is necessary. If you want a bunch of crazy weapons, just go download some mods. I'm sure you can find a modded PvP server to satiate your bloodlust. Minecraft Dungeons is a combat-focused game. Minecraft is a sandbox game. We do not need a million weapon classes, nor do we need a million different weapons. I don't think something Mojang wants to do is implement those things into Minecraft. Minecraft is simple, and not to mention the creative menu would be cluttered if we had so many daggers, bow types, hammers, great axes. The list could go on forever, really. They could add as many as they wanted. While a lot of these weapons may have had really cool functions, I don't think Minecraft needs that. More is not always better. What I would like to change is the third-person camera. Something that has always bugged me about Minecraft is its third-person camera. While it's not an issue specific to combat or PvP, you could probably imagine why having a third-person camera that's better would benefit players during combat. The ability to see more of your surroundings as well as anything behind you would be a wonderful addition to the game. Sadly for us, the current third-person camera has the cursor glued to the back of your character's head. This is way different than almost any other third-person game. Like any other third-person game. Needless to say, this isn't really useful for anything. You really can't even mine that well when you're doing this. You're also watching some gameplay of me using a better third-person camera mod. It's fantastic. It's not perfect, it doesn't move the cursor off the side of my head, but it does allow me to move the camera more freely while in third-person mode. A moment ago, I briefly mentioned that in the combat test snapshots, potions can be stacked all the way up to 16. I don't think this would be a good change for PvP. Battles could go on forever. If Mojang wants to add this into the game, I think it should be on by default, but be toggled off via a game rule. This way, PvP servers can limit how many potions a player can have in their hand. Finally, there is only one new item that I think I'd want to see in a combat snapshot. A new shield. Shields are very powerful. Their size basically makes arrows useless. A player can block almost all arrows shot by skeletons or other projectiles from blazes. I think every player has experienced once or twice being able to absolutely cheese a slew of mobs simply by having a shield. This is fun and all, but I propose the addition of another shield, one that is more focused on the protection from melee attacks. It should be smaller than the current shield. I think a round shape would be really nice. Perhaps this melee shield could withstand the effects of the cleaving enchantment more efficiently, as in it wouldn't get knocked out as long as the other shield would, or maybe you could have better durability against melee attacks. However, its smaller size would leave players vulnerable to arrows. I think this would be a really nice trade-off. Additionally, a new shield would force players to choose between ranged and melee defense. To be clear, I don't think we need like 5 or 6 different shield types all made from different materials. I don't want that. I think just one more shield would really round out a new combat update. Although, a netherite shield that's fireproof does sound pretty cool. I've always enjoyed combat in Minecraft, but the split within the community is not beneficial in the long run. I think it's on us, the players, to advocate for these changes to be implemented by Mojang. Go to the forums, go to Twitter, go anywhere to make your voice heard. It's high time that this combat be fixed and we bridge the gap between Java and Bedrock. From what I've seen, a majority of people who have played on these combat test snapshots, myself included, love them. They bring Minecraft closer to an original, nostalgic combat style while adding in new features that work well with PvP, for the most part. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'd love to hear your thoughts about the combat updates in the comments below. If you've used the combat test snapshots, I want to hear your thoughts on it. In other news, recently I ran a poll on my channel and in both of my Discord servers about the direction this channel moving forward. The biggest opinion that I'm seeing is that most of you like the Minecraft content and want it to stay around, but I should make other content that makes me happy. I think I can easily do both. As of now, I'm planning on doing 3 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This is not set in stone yet, but that's how it's worked out for this past week, and I'd like to keep doing that way. Something I'm considering, and again, no promises, is picking one day of the week to talk about a game that is not Minecraft. This allows me to branch out my content while still giving you guys your good old fix of Minecraft videos. Videos I make on other games will likely be in a more traditional video essay style format. I have some ideas for a Zelda video in the works, and I'm really excited about it. Oh, one last thing. Earlier this week, I held a poll in my Discord server about what the next video topic should be. It was either the sculk dimension or the mending issue. Mending obviously won, but I do want to say that most polls like this will occur on YouTube for members only. So if you took part in that poll on my Discord and you liked having a direct input on my content that gets made, consider joining as a member. You also get access to videos early and eventually members only live streams and videos. You also get discounts on merch if I ever make merch someday, as I become a sellout. If none of that interests you, you can always help me with a one-time donation, but regardless, I appreciate you even if you can't donate. As always, please do not donate to me if you're like a minor or if you're on low income. Please save your money. I feel a bit of guilt come over me whenever I see somebody donates to me. Maybe it's just my upbringing, I don't really know. But if you want to support me without the use of money, you can always like and subscribe. You can share the video with your friends. I'm trying to build a little community here, and so far I'm having a lot of fun doing it. Anyway, that's all for today's video. I will see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.